You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. So we're now going to be talking to Katie, and we're going to be talking all about Do Something Brilliant. Firstly, thank you very much for talking to me.
Well, thanks for having me on the show. My name's Katie Rees, and I work for Voluntary Arts England in the South East. And we are looking at the Do Something Brilliant campaign, which is actually a media trust campaign. And it's their website basically allows different charities and individuals to tell their story about the sort of brilliant things that they're doing, and also enables other people to get involved with it. So from Voluntary Arts perspective, we're highlighting all the amazing individuals who are doing something brilliant and volunteering in the arts and crafts in the Swale and Medway area.
So you are contributing to that.
Yeah.
Could you expand more on how that works at Voluntary Arts England?
Yeah, sure. So we have, obviously I work in Faversham, and on a daily basis I get to meet and work with lots of different individuals and organisations that are involved with voluntary and amateur art. So we thought it would be a really good idea to, particularly in the new year, to highlight and sort of celebrate the good work that a lot of people are doing in volunteering in the arts. So it means that I get an opportunity to kind of sing the praises of lots of different people, and I thought it would make a really nice show so people can hear about the good stuff that's going on in their area.
Well, I know it is important that you want to tell the stories of different people.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a couple of people who are going to contribute, hopefully next week, and that's going to cover dance and craft and painting and drawing at the moment. They all volunteer for different charities, or sometimes within their own amateur groups, they contribute in a way to a particular charity. And I'll let them sort of tell their story next week. But it's going to sort of promote a range of different genres and different arts activity.
So sort of it's all about them working as individuals and the groups they work with as well. Yeah.
So for example, some of them, might work within the arts themselves, or some of them might just have a normal day job, but they will give up their time on a voluntary basis to either work in some way with a particular group. So, they might be involved with dance or drawing, and they might run a workshop, or they might actually participate in something. Some people will be more kind of behind the scenes, so they might they might be a board member, or they might help out with, the sort of practicalities of running a group. So there's different ways that you can kind of volunteer within the arts.
Now, I know your aim is to help listeners access further information.
Yeah, so obviously hearing different people's stories, they'll get some ideas of what's going on, and hopefully that will inspire them to want to get involved. From our perspective with Voluntary Arts, we have a website which has different downloadable resources on things like if you wanted to set up your own group, about governance, for example. Also, it tells you a bit more about things like how to publicise your group, or, just basic things like insurance or health and safety and things like that if you wanted to, set up your own group, or even if you wanted to get involved with one already. So yeah, our particular website has quite a few things, and also if there's a demand sort of locally within the area for more training on something, then obviously I'm happy to put that on, and just email. I can give out my email at the end, so people know how to get in contact with me.
So it is worth contacting you, or looking at your website if people want to join a group or even set up their own.
Yes, yeah, exactly. exactly. Our website will have information on, the groups in your area, so they'll be able to, it will send you to different search engines for that, and also, how to set up a group and just various resources. So that Voluntary Arts website is www.voluntaryarts.org. And obviously that will send you through to Voluntary Arts England, my particular email address is katie@vaengland.org.uk.
So I know it's also something you want to get over to our listeners is about helping people to further promote their groups and also celebrate what they do. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, there's different ways to do that, obviously, and, within your local area, and there's such a sort of rich activity of arts within Swale and Medway. We also do things like Voluntary Arts Week, which is in May every year, where people can sort of publicise their events through that particular website. And we also celebrate that through the EPIC Awards, which is you can self-nominate or be nominated on that to basically sort of show all the innovative and kind of creative stuff your group have been doing. So I'm happy to chat to people about those two things if they want any further information.
Well, I was wondering if there was anything else you'd like to cover, and also if you could just refresh our listeners on Do Something Brilliant and how Voluntary Arts England is working on that. Yeah,
so the Do Something Brilliant campaign is a media trust campaign, and they have a website which is www.dosomethingBrilliant.co.uk, and you can have a look at that and see all the things that are amazing things that people are doing all around the country, basically. And it sort of tells the story of charities and individuals who are doing something small, it could be, or a big campaign for basically their charity or their group. For Voluntary Arts South East, we are telling the story of different people who volunteer within the arts, and hopefully encouraging other people to be involved in some way, whether that's looking up groups to get involved with in their area of volunteering or setting up their own groups.
Well, I'd like to thank you very much for letting our listeners know all about that, and I certainly look forward to talking to some of the other people involved as part of us covering all about this.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. I'm looking forward to it as well, because there's some really interesting people, and it's nice to know what's going on around you as well in the area.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Daniel.